remember last year sitting in that little room in Penn State after that game and you talking a lot about how games like that can get determined by just one play or two plays. How much do games like that, and maybe that one in specific too, but games like that sort of eat at you for a long time, so do you have that opportunity to kind of make amends for it next go round?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a few of those games last year, just thinking about it, just this whole season, just Michigan State, Penn State, the bowl game. You can just always think it comes down to, like you said, a few key plays that we could have capitalized on that would have made the difference in us winning and losing the game. And I think this year we've brought a focus to it that it's not just one or two plays that's going to make the game. It's each and every play and each and every person on the defense and really the offense, but as far as the defensive side of the ball, it's each and every person focusing, doing their job, trusting each other. And I think we're getting a better job of that.
All right, Bob, then John Blau.
Micah, having grown up in Tampa, first of all, how many times did you deal with Penix in high school, and what were your impressions of him having played against him?
I actually never got to play against Mike Penix, but I definitely was playing a few of his opponents and got to watch film on Mike. And, I mean, I remember my junior year, it was kind of like the buzz around him. I think he had like one pick the whole season. So, I knew he was a huge threat and how good of a player he was. And once I got here and got to see him in person and practice against him and see how good he is, I really noticed. So,
thank you.
All right, John, then Kevin.
Coach Allen has talked about just defenses giving up a lot of points this year, and a lot of it he thinks is just defenses getting tired at the end of the games. You're just not used to playing all those snaps. I mean, knowing you were going to play a team like Penn State, a team that actually runs the ball and likes to wear teams down, I mean, how much did that give you guys an urgency to know that you got to be prepared and in shape, and how much have you guys tried to, alleviate that and make sure that's not a problem going into the game?
Yeah, it was definitely a huge emphasis, definitely this offseason. Over the summer, working out with Coach Wellman and whatnot, they put an emphasis just on how much we're going to be running, and they got our conditioning up to a level saying, this is how much you're going to be running in games, and throughout the week, this is how much you're going to run. So during the summer, there was a lot of conditioning that we did, and even once we started getting into the, this kind of mid-season, off-season for a short bit phase, we were doing a few days a week where we would get some good conditioning, sprints or whatever, long sprints or whatever, just to get our running up and our conditioning and, heavy breathing and whatnot, just get used to that feel and tire ourselves out so we're ready for that fourth quarter. But I think an important thing about our defense this year is just the depth that we're going to have at basically all of our positions. We're going to have a lot of guys that can play and come in. So it's just about that I guess the emphasis of keeping the standard once those guys get on the field and making the same type of plays.
All right, Kevin, then Zach.
Hey, Mike, I guess along with that depth, you also have a little bit of continuity with 9 starters back and also, Coach Womack going into a second year. Just talk about maybe the comfort level that you guys have in the scheme and the communication between you guys.
Yeah, it's been a huge piece. I've definitely felt a lot of that just throughout this fall camp and getting into this game week. There's a lot more talk on the field. I can feel the guys understanding what's going on, anticipating stuff, jumping routes and fit and run fits when they need it. So, I definitely noticed a lot of guys getting more comfortable in their communication. And I think that just creates confidence throughout the whole defense, just when we can all communicate, be on the same page, run the same call, and do it fast, just play fast, just do, play instinctively, just play what we do. So it's been good to see for sure.
All right, Zach, and then Matt.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a similar question, but specific to Clifford, a guy that I guess you guys, as you review film of last year, know can kind of hurt you if you let him get loose, especially I think he converted some big third downs last season. Just as a linebacker specifically, just kind of how do you prepare for a guy like that that's maybe not necessarily like a true dual threat in the sense that he's not going to run it 20 times a game, but he is somebody that you've really got to respect kind of his feet.
Yeah, it's definitely been incorporated into our game plan. Just looking back from last season, like you said, most of the things that hurt us were the third down scrambles that he had and the long runs that he, I think it was the last drive that he really finished with 2 third down runs that were really big. And I think, it's been an emphasis this week schematically, just getting a guy, whether we're not completely in man coverage all the time, which I think was a big issue for us last year on third down. There wasn't really a guy, we were bringing too much pressure, and there wasn't anybody to stay out and spy just in case he snuck out late. So I think it's been it's definitely been a huge emphasis, and we've been, we haven't worked just that specifically, but we have it in our game plan, and it's important to have that, and we've definitely gotten better at that aspect.
All right, Matt, last one, and then we'll get Lino up.
Hey, Micah, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay. You were named a captain this week. I know your teammates have a huge say-so in that. What's that mean to you? And then also, what have you tried to do now that you're in your junior season, third year in the program, to try to take on more of a leadership role and kind of be be one of the voices in the locker room?
Like, first question, I think it's just such an honor to receive that award, and especially know that my teammates voted me for that, and it wasn't just just a coach here, coach saying something there. I think it was important that my team voted me in that, and I mean, I'm really excited to take that into my junior year and communicate loudly and be a voice on this defense along with C4 and Marcelino as well. Just being there the whole time, and I think it'll be. I think we'll really take it upon ourselves to do that, and just to feel the energy throughout the defense and see where guys' heads are at and build energy when we need it and fight through adversity. So I think it's going to be huge, and I'm excited to do it.